Okay, in this video we're taking a look at a new 5-inch frame from Airblade UAV. This is the 5-inch version of the Intrepid V2. I did a review a while back on the frame for the 3-inch version of this frame. This is what it looks like here. It's already been built, and I have a couple, 2 or 3 videos on this one. The 5-inch is pretty much a scaled up version of this. So this comes in different varieties of this. There's a 3-inch, a 4-inch, there's now a 5-inch version of this, and I believe a 7-inch version of this is also in the works. And you can see this has the dual stack mount here. The 5-inch has a lot of the similar type of same features and ideas. So I'll put this to the side and let me just show you some of the parts here. So we got these boomerang style arms here. The front and the back are the same. Got 2 mounting holes here and a 3rd one here in the center. These, I believe, are 4mm arms. Yeah, it's a 4mm arm. Pretty nice carbon. The edges aren't chamfered, so it's a sharp edge, but cuts are fairly decent. They're pretty clean, whatever cutter they're using. So the front arms and the back arms are the same. You have a top plate and a bottom plate. So this is the top plate here. And I think that all of the rest of the plates are going to be 2mm. That's 2mm. And this is the bottom plate, 2mm. And these are the side plates for the camera, also 2mm. And so this would be the front over here. You have standoffs here, here, and here, so 3 on each side, 6 total. You have slots here for a toilet style of battery mounting, and also a toilet tank, I guess is what they call it. Then you have your slots here for traditional battery mounting on top. This is obviously a top plate battery mounting design. Pretty wide and long, so this frame could be used for long range on 5-inch, which is not what I'm going to be well, that's my plan, at least for this one. I'm going to be doing a sort of a low kV 5-inch on 4S on a big 4S battery, and I think I was told this could take as large as a 4S 2200, which is going to be kind of long. Let's just see which ones out there will fit this, but probably thinking more like 1800, so we'll see how much flight time we can get, but yeah, should definitely be able to carry the weight. And yeah, the motors I think I'm using are the Emax ones. I just got the Emax Ecos. They're like $12, and that's a low kV, I think 1700 kV, so you can do 4S or 6S on that. Obviously you're going to do a lower kV and 4S to get more efficiency and longer flight time, but not as much power. The bottom plate here, you can see here where the arms are going to connect. And let's just line up the holes here. So it looks like there's going to be standoff, and then you have a lock nut. And I'm not sure if the one over here in the middle is actually going to be used. You can see how the lines up here. And I believe the arm was going to sit here like this on top of the bottom plate. I'll check the picture before I start putting it together. Pretty sure, I suppose you could put it on the bottom too if you wanted to. So I'm not sure if it's required to go one way or the other. So this is the bottom plate. So you have 2 stack mounting points, 30 by 30 and 20 by 20. The 30 by 30, you can see here, are little slots, so you could slide your stacks forward and backwards a little bit if you need to adjust for space. M3 holes pretty much everywhere here, so M3 holes for 20 by 20. No adjustable sliding stack mount holes for the 20 by 20, and you got some pretty big cutouts here to save weight. So it does, it's a little bit flexy, but I think with the rest of the frame and everything should, especially the 4mm arms, there shouldn't be any flex. We'll test that a little later. You got your camera mounts here. And you can see you have some notches, so you can have a variable height on your top plate. So you can have a 10mm, 15mm, or 20mm height on your top plate. The kit comes with 20mm standoffs, so obviously if you want to use the lower ones, you'll have to acquire your own 15mm standoffs or 10mm standoffs if you want to do a really super slam build. So you have your camera mount here for a micro camera, and then this little slot here is for a GoPro strap, and the GoPro is going to sit here at this angle here, and it's going to wrap around like that. There is an optional plate for, like, if you want to do like a clean, dirty style mounting of your HD camera to reduce jello. That's an optional part. It's not included in the kit. I think it's like $7. And then you get 2 battery straps. These are all the standoffs here. The longer screws for the bottom of the standoffs, and then the shorter screws here and your lock nuts. Now, this part here is a 3D printed part. It's for an Immortal T antenna. A little ball socket joint here that you could rotate, and this goes on. I think this goes around a standoff. So I'm not sure if this is actually included in the kit or not. It was included in the package that I got, so check the link in the description. I'm not 100% sure. I think he just threw it in here, possibly to show it off, but it might also be included too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah. This is for the Immortal T, and then you can put this on one of the standoffs and then rotate the antenna to whatever orientation you want. Pretty cool if you're going to be doing long range. So yeah, let's go ahead and start putting this together. Okay, so I'm kind of realizing here that you do need to put the arms underneath the bottom plate, and I think it's because all the standoffs are 20 millimeters there. If these arms were on top of the bottom plate, then these standoffs will need to be shorter to match the length of the standoffs that are in the middle. So keep that in mind. I think this is the only way this should be put together, but if I'm mistaken on that, someone let me know in the comments, but it looks like this is the way it should be put together according to the design. Okay, so a little tip here on building this. When you put the camera cage together, you're going to have to wait to put this standoff in last. Put these front ones in first. You're going to have to squeeze this together a little bit to get into these notches, into the slots here. You can see. And otherwise, obviously with the standoff there, this is going to be pretty much impossible to get this to lock in. And should be able to do that. Okay, so you have to wiggle it in there, get the things to snap in on both sides. Yeah, it should be flush. And you should be able to get this standoff in. You're going to have to probably come in at an angle. Okay, so yeah, then once you're got that in there, and the standoff and the screws in should look like this. And you should just be able to slide this in. Yeah, it's a little tricky getting that. You gotta notch it in on the bottom here, slide it back, and then get the notch there in, which is kind of hidden. You can't see that there. Get that notch into that slot there, and the rest is just putting the last 6 screws in. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Got the top plate on there. Yeah, so you have to kind of fiddle around, get these little jigsaw puzzle pieces put in, but it all fit together, no problem. Obviously the tolerances are pretty tight. You don't want this front end here jiggling around and giving you jello in your camera and your video, so tolerances are pretty tight, but everything fit just fine. And the frame definitely looks really nice. I do like the 3-inch version, and 5-inch, pretty much looks the same, just kind of scaled up. And let's get some more measurements here. Okay, so this is the frame weight with no electronics on it, and it's coming in at 95.5 grams. And let's get some frame measurements here. Motor to motor distance, side to side, is about 174 millimeters. The front to back is about 153 millimeters. And the diagonal is about 230 millimeters. Okay, so that's going to do it for this frame review of the Airblade UAV Intrepid V2 5-inch frame. I will be doing a build on this soon. Not exactly 100% sure what I'm putting in it. Probably do a 4S, 6S type of build, and probably show you some flight footage from both. And I'm really definitely considering using this for some sort of mid to long range flying on a 5-inch setup. Hopefully something pretty efficient. So be looking forward for that video. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about this frame, let me know. The link to the frame will be down in the description if you guys want to check it out. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.